Hey everyone, welcome back to the case of the Golden Idol. So, we have a lot to cover here. I did hit a little bit of a brick wall last time, but I, as I said at the end of the last video, I think that filling this out is going to sort of make things a little bit clearer. And also, I do have a couple of theories along the way as well, especially revolving around this fellow. But we'll get to that in just a moment. First of all, Rakoff, very kindly on the Discord, made a comment about the path of discovery, as it were, here in Sebastian, wasn't it? Yes, Sebastian Cloudsley's death. In that I managed to notice that the date on the wall was the 23rd of August, and the date on the diary was the 22nd of August, and yet I somehow couldn't work out how he had written the full diary entry before dying, but of course that was written the day before, and he died on the 23rd, having not had a chance to actually sit down and settle down for the evening and write his diary. So yeah, that if I'd actually taken a moment to think about it, that would have made sense. So thank you for that astute observation. So I do still have a little bit of a question though over this book that's hanging out, Lead Poisoning, because Sebastian here is a little green around the gills. So I wonder if maybe he was coaxed along in losing his composure and toppling from his horse. Maybe there is still some element of sabotage to this death, but I'm sure we'll probably unravel that as we go. Also, Sir Exile left a comment on the first YouTube video, commenting how many people seem to completely miss the blood trail coming in from the outside, and many people seem to miss the fact that the date on the calendar and the date on the diary are indeed different. However, I managed to pick up on both of them, and then completely forget both of those facts when making my deductions. How right you are. Thank you both so much for pointing those out. Hopefully, now I've got the first couple of cases out of the way, I can actually put my logical detective hat on and do you proud. But we'll see. Anyway, I've still got this case to get through yet. So, what do we know? We know that this was Willard Wright, I believe his name is. Yeah, Willard Wright. He's the guy from the previous scene. He has the little ring, and I've got a theory on that as well. So he has a note here labeling him as a Proud Beast initiate, writing to the Proud Beast master about the departed brother. So I think that's why the ring comes into play. This ring must be some sort of identifier as membership to this Proud Beast cult or whatever in the world it is. So I think Sebastian Cloudsley was part of this, as was Willard Wright, and that's why Sebastian left the idol to Willard in his will. If anything happened to Sebastian, it made sure that the idol stayed within the guild, or whatever the hell they are, these Proud Beast lot. Yeah, clearly, it's been taken. Did I pick this up? I did. Yeah, somebody has killed Willard off. I'm still trying to work out if this is something written as a distraction, or not a distraction, but RR is Robert Redruth, I believe, escaped convict. And I'm trying to work out if that's to put whoever comes up the stairs off the scent, and so was written by the killer, or was it potentially written by Willard before he actually expired? And then we've got the question of this fellow, who I'm sure is David Goran. Edgar, is his name Edgar Cloudsley? The fellow with the glasses from the last scene. I'm sure it's his right-hand man. He's going under a pseudonym quite clearly, because the book says that one Ash Blair has checked in for the night, which was the name on his tobacco packet in the last scene. Anyway, enough nonsense. I'm just trying to get facts straight in my head so I can try and work out what the hell actually happened. I filled in what I thought was correct. However, at least one element here is wrong. So, at the moment, I believe Ash Blair, which is David Goran's pseudonym at the minute, crept into Willard Wright's room through the trap door, while John Briage, this fellow, and Annie Green and Ash Blair were playing cards with loud music. Fight ensued upstairs. Willard Wright got stabbed with a maybe it's the dagger. Might not be the dagger. I kind of took a little bit of a punt on that one. We'll see. So, let's see if we can name these people. So, AG is going to be I'm going to be actually pulling these off of that sheet, aren't I? Because this isn't complete, so I can't take copies. But let's go Annie Green. This is going to be... Oh, wait, no. Fool. I can take them from here, can't I? Let's replace Annie Green before I go forgetting what the hell I actually put over here. So, Annie Green. Where are we? Willard Wright. Is Willard Wright named anywhere else? Don't think so, but Annie Green is. So AG's there as well. And there. Any more AG? No more AG. Where are we? Where's Annie gone? Oh, there we go. Annie? Annie? Is you okay? So, JB. That is John Briage, this fellow. The, the aspiring poet. John... Briage. So, JB. Is JB mentioned elsewhere? Yes. So, where is Briage? Briage. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably completely wrong. Right, M.E. Ooh. Ah, Maurice Evans, the musician, of course. So, Maurice Evans. That's fine. O.B. So this was Oscar Boyton. I think Oscar Boyton, if I remember correctly, is the proprietor of this here fine establishment. So Oscar Boyton jumped in for a round, by the looks of it, a round of cards. And A.B. Ash Blair. Ash Blair. Good. Excellent. We've got one right. We're moving in the right direction. So let's label you as Ash Blair. Oh. You can be named. You, the rapscallion that was skulking around outside the window, you can be named. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? You can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down at the docks. Oh, you can be named. Well, the only other name that we've got, if we... Hold on. If we name Annie... Where are you? Annie Green. John Briage. The only other name that we haven't filled in, aside from Henry Parker, but you can't be Henry Parker because Henry Parker's out there waving his rattle around. So you... Are you Robert Redruth? Wait... No. Dirty Dog. That's the con from the poster. Robert Redruth. So maybe Revenge RR. Let's inspect your blade again, sir. Come hither. An old rusty half of shears. So no blood on there. Piece of stale bread. Why are you carrying sticks on your back? So obviously supposed to be hiding out like some sort of vagabond. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? And also, if Robert Redruth really had just murdered someone here, whether he can read or not, he would get the hell out. Right? I'm beginning to think that our gentleman here, who is not named Ash Blair, I'm beginning to think that I'm pretty certain he's staying in this room. Wait, hold... Oh, that's a point. What's he wearing at the moment? He's got sort of a red overcoat with 3 boutons. Let's take a quick look in the previous chapter. He has a larger overcoat and a peaked hat. Interesting. Is that what is slung over the bed in this scene? An empty bed, not warm. That looks like that might be the same jacket. Yeah, I think this has got to be his room. I'm wondering if he is called Robert Redruth here somehow. I don't know how he's acquainted with him, since this guy's supposed to be on the run. Man, and got him to hang around outside and handed him a note saying, oh, you can lie low after your heinous crime, knowing that he wouldn't actually read it and take off. He doesn't know what the hell he's waiting there for. I think this guy's crawled up through the trapdoor, down, murdered this guy, splattered Revenge RR, making it look like it's him writing it, smashed the window through to make it look like Robert Redruth had come in through the window, but made the stupid mistake of leaving the glass on the outside, stabbed him, crawled back up, went down for a game of cards to make it look like he's perfectly innocent. He has an alibi, and it just so happens to go on the posters waiting outside. Right? Which means this guy... Oh, no, balls. That means this guy's weapon is the one that killed the guy upstairs, but I've already got that in as the dagger. Nuts. So let's go working on that assumption. Let's see if we can spot what's wrong here. Ash Blair, not real name, crept into Willard Wright's room through the trap door. John Briege and Annie Green and Ash Blair were playing cards with loud music. Ah, hold on. That can't be right. That's what's wrong. It was the musician Maurice Evans. Balls. I thought I had it. A fight ensued upstairs and Willard Wright got stabbed with a dagger. Well, maybe it's not the dagger. Maybe it's the half of the shears. And did Ash Blair then hand the note and the shear over to Robert Redruth? Oh. Now there's 3 wrong. Okay, so dagger was correct. So if dagger is correct, then that means it's definitely Ash Blair that killed Willard Wright. So something else is wrong. Ash Blair crept into Willard Wright's room through the... Gotta be through the trap door. The only other options are window or door. The window was smashed from the inside and the door was locked from the inside. Although it could have been... Oh, it could have been locked after the fact. He could have crept in through the door, killed him, stuck the key in the door and got back out through the trap door. No. Okay. While John Briege, we know that that name is correct. And Annie Green... Oh, wait, hold on. I should be checking this off, shouldn't I? It's bloody Oscar Boyton that was playing at that point. Annie Green, Willard Wright. So Willard Wright was downstairs. Ah, observation, monkey, observation. I've just got the wrong name in the card game, haven't I? Maurice Evans even didn't start playing until Ash Blair had come back down again. It's Oscar Boyton. The landlord was playing at cards. Got you, you beast. The scroll has been fulfilled. No hints accessed. Although... I may as well have the number of times I threw names in and out. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important. Oh, it makes sense. I didn't even think of that angle. David Goran, or Ash Blair, or whoever the hell he's going by now, knew that Willard had the idol on him. He saw it. Does that... Oh, that potentially implicates Edgar... Cloudsley, because he's his right-hand man. Maybe Edgar sent him to actually go and take it. Before I exit this case, I think I'm going to read his shipping company letter again to see if it's maybe coded. Anywho, through the trapdoor to steal something important, but when he opened the music box, it woke Willard up and a fight ensued. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. Bloody beautiful. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So the letter said, remember, you as an agent of our trading company have to reflect its values to the fullest. So maybe that's code from Edgar basically saying, you represent me out there, Chief. You keep your nose clean. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. So make sure you're quick and get that idol off of him before he leaves. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Do whatever is necessary to get that idol from Willard. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. That's the boy. That's the boy. More importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. This is coded. This is from Edgar, the dirty beast. That's the boy that Oscar was talking about. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. So he's got a servant boy that is supposed to scurry around the pub here, but he has recruited him to go and take the idol to somewhere. Core blimey. Core blimey governor. Ooh. Hello. The Little Mermaid. Oscar's outside. Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Aye, a deranged conflict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I'll make it worth your while. Ooh. Somebody with a bit of wealth behind them taking a bit of an interest in Willard Wright's death. I wonder if this person's also trying to track down the idol. Oh, okay. Looks like we've got... I don't know if these were unlocked before. I don't think they were. But we've actually unlocked a further 2 cases. I wonder if we're going to have to hop between them, maybe, to actually get to the bottom of it. But let's go for the Intoxicating dinner party. Oh. Well, this all looks quite quaint. This scene looks somewhat less dramatic than the the thumbnail would imply. Oh, we've got multiple directions that we can go. I think this is going to be a little bit more in-depth than the previous ones. Okay, well, let's see what's down here first of all. So we can't see anything outside. Very well-to-do place by the looks of it. Big lion statues. So let's take a look at this this little lad. These sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. I'm sorry, I do apologise. I've assumed that you are a small boy. I may be incorrect, but you have an expensive cigar and a note. Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I'll pay you when I come back. David. Oh, David Goran? Is this a letter from David Goran? So if this is a letter from David Goran... Right, couple of possibilities here. Is this the servant boy that went missing from the Little Mermaid? And also, could this be the estate of one Edgar Cloudsley? I wonder to myself. And to you, dear viewer. So, we have pocket. Okay. Right, quite a posh jacket there. A cloak. That looks very much like a cloak. Oh no, it isn't a cloak. It's a it's the big collar piece, isn't it? I thought that was a hood. Oh, this looks a little bit more country bumpkin-y, I must say, with a missing cigar. Little Pip, do you have sticky fingers? Oh, okay. This looks like a lady's garment. What do we have here? Miss Richards. This is... Ooh, hold on. Have we jumped forward? 1788. Bear with. Bear with. That doesn't help. This is 2 years later. What in the world? This is 2 years after the events of... oh, wait, maybe... Have I made an assumption on the date? Sorry for jumping around. I just want to try and get my my head straight. The year wasn't actually announced here. So maybe this entire second chapter takes place a couple of years after this all occurred. Maybe Willard Wright had actually held on to the idol for a good while after the reading of Sebastian's will. Anyway, sorry, back on point. Okay, so March 1st, 1788. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I'm certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. Okay, so can we maybe imply from that this is the gathering from the letter itself? So are we currently on the 8th of April, 1788? So Miss Richards and her father could very well be present. Okay, and what do we have here? Dear Mary... Wait, hold on. Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley, March 5th, 1788. Why is he doodling? Was it him that doodled on his own wall about him and the two brothers? Okay. So Peter Batley is clearly still kicking around 2 years later. He obviously wasn't headhunted by the loan sharks. We have a big... Oh, hello. A syringe? A syringe with some liquid left in it, disposed of in the top of a jug, out of sight. Interesting. What is that syringe just being used for, I wonder? Something tells me the main event is probably upstairs, so let's go and explore through here. Oh, it's the servants area? This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Okay, so this is the door back through to the main house. Cooking pots. The notice on the wall. Mrs. Smith. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy... Oh, this is from Edmund. Okay. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You are responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Wait, did I get Smith? I did. So that's Mrs. Smith. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up... Wait, Oh, never mind. I've been woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker, I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. Note beforehand, David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. EC. I think that seals it. This is definitely, what's his bloody name now? Edmund? Edgar? Ed. Eddie Cloudsley. This is definitely Eddie Cloudsley's estate. So, whom have we here? Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. Well, to not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Hey, thank you, dear. What's that in response to? I need to start making sure that I pick up both sides of conversations here. Of course I could give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Okay, so this is Lucia. Can I start pinning names already? I can. So this is Lucia. Oh, and that is Pip Little, also known as Little Pip. Oh, we've got a map. Interesting. Anyway, so what do you carry upon your person? A small, simple key. What even is that? Is that a larger, more complicated key, I guess? And a note. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Ooh. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay, so Miss Richards, who I believe is the guest with the pink petticoat, is vegetarian, maybe? I wonder if that comes into play a little bit later. What's it? To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Mrs. Smith. Okay. Who strikes us as a Mrs.? Thank you, dear. Threw it out. Do not read such dirty literature anymore. Hope our master's guests are satisfied that Brian has served everything as instructed. So Brian, maybe hold on, where are we? Maybe Brian is Mr. Walker, perhaps? Yeah, we've got both names there. Yeah, Brian Walker. Could be. So Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Baker. Are they both Mrs.'s? Okay. Scandalous novel. She threw it away. Okay, fine. You also have a small simple key. I guess that's for some of the doors through the servants' rooms. Ada. Ooh. This was March 4th, 1788. Interestingly, I think that's the same date that the letter was sent to the lady in attendance. Dear Ada. Does it scroll? It doesn't. Oh, forgot that zooms. I have to use this letter to share good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband, used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. So this is Ada someone or other. Right, so I'm sure we'll come back to those eventually. Ooh, we have a cupboard with a heart-shaped lock, interestingly. Wine. Full and sealed bottles with red liquid labelled wine. I wonder what could be contained within. A full and sealed bottle with the amber liquid labelled brandy. Likewise with that. This one has... Oh, wait, hold on. Isn't that the same shape as the key that this lady had? Kind of similar. Yeah, not a million miles away. So, I wonder if this... I wonder if we have to use the powers of deduction to try and work out who had access to which locks. So this lady here... what was her name now? Lacey, was it? Or something like that? Lucia? began with an L. She looks like she may be the only one with access to this pantry. So what's inside? 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, potatoes, a sack of flour, a pair of opaque bottles labelled water. And of course, there's no such thing as taps back then, is there? Interesting. Cut vegetables, and a big old piece of meat. So let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Roasted boar. That's... I mean, it could potentially be a bit of a boar that hasn't been roasted, but yeah, I think the roast boar would likely be on a big spit or something. And then through here, door to the outside, not locked. Right, we obviously don't need to go through there. So, Shtez. This door is locked. Now, what is contained in here? So, presumably, the ladies... Oh, actually, there's a bed there as well. So, the ladies and the fella possibly named Brian... But what was his name? Brian something or other. Walker. Stay in these 3 rooms. So this bottom room here, that's... Ooh. That little hidey hole. It is a little hidey hole. A sealed pot labelled print paint. Oh. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Wait. Was someone printing up rebellious, libelous materials against the masters? A stack of candles. Oh, here we go. April 7th. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. So that suggests that we are on April 8th. Does that line up with the invitation in the petticoat? Indeed it does. We're definitely April 8th, 1788. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I have loyally worked here. It's a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. So, one of the 3 servants, the Mrs., and Brian, we're going to speak with... What's his bloody name? Hold on. I'm going to have to find out because it's annoying me. Edmund Cloudsley. One of those was going to speak about a raise. Okay, so next room up. Let's see, this also is locked. No hidey holes in there that I can see, but in the cupboard we have... Hello! Ash Blair, finest tobacco? Could this be David's room? Set of lockpicks? You're a dirty dog, David Goran. No wonder the Theo guy from the letter to Edmund Cloudsley was so cloak and dagger. If he's very many talents. If you're displeased with his services, let me know. He's a bloody spy, isn't he? A dagger, a pistol, and a wee note. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Oh. So the artifact, presumably that's the idol, did come back into Edmund's possession. I feel like I'm still calling him the wrong name. God, why can I not remember this guy's name? Yes, it is Edmund. I keep thinking I'm calling him Edgar by mistake. Anyway, so what's... So, okay, so only one of the ladies, or possibly this Brian fella, sleeps here. So where are the rest? We can go up another floor. That's probably going to cast some light on things. So this little pocket, this corner over here, we have a mattress. Oh. A couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. And what's that? What is that? That part of... Is that part of like a lockpicking set or something? And this! These are lockpick devices. Small bottle filled with amber liquid. Now, wasn't the amber liquid brandy? It was. So that's possibly brandy in there. We've got a couple of books as well. Monkey Man 1. We saw Monkey Man before, didn't we? Wasn't Monkey Man something to do with the Ash Blair? Or did I just make that association purely because there's a monkey on there? Yeah, maybe they're not associated. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. But Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Darkhand. Okay. So where are these comics coming from? Are they related in any way? That's interesting. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Are they anything to do with the inhabitant of this room? Does this person maybe author these Monkey Man books? What's this one? Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. Okay, onwards and upwards. So here we go. Yeah, these are the final 2 bedrooms, and then through here I think is going to be quite an eye-opener. So let's examine... That's locked. That's locked. Let's examine this room. Everything looks... Ooh, we can highlight the pillow in that room. We couldn't in these. Ooh. Smuggling stuff inside the pillow. What have we here? Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. So somebody was planning to or had laced someone's food or drink with a love potion? Is that this? A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. So whose room is this? And who have they attempted to use a love potion on? Interesting. Check the cupboard. 4 shillings and a penny. Ooh, a big old knife. Choppity knife. Ooh. Could that possibly relate this to... what's your name? Begins with an L. I know it begins with an L. Not little. Lucia. Could this relate that to Lucia? She seems to be doing the cooking. Maybe she is the cook of the house. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. Ooh. So, whoever worked down in... resides in this room is the staff member who's worked there the longest. Which... Wait, did I open... Oh, I didn't click on that one. What a fool. Ink pot. £1, 2 shillings. Okay. Hortius the Wise Slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. Ordinary day. I do believe the time has come for ask for a raise in salary after all the years I've loyally worked here. So this is the person that was going to ask for a raise, but also is perhaps plotting against the against their master. But yeah, certainly whoever's been here the longest is in that room. So where was I? The book. M. Mademoiselle, the Laceless Count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. Wait. The Laceless Count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. Is this the book? Is this the book that was being referenced down here by this lady? Is she to continue reading that scandalous novel? Nah, throw it in the bin. You didn't, you bloody liar. You locked it away in your cupboard. So I'm pretty sure that this is Lucia's room. Was she perhaps jealous of the person who had worked here the longest? Certainly seemed to want their room. And then the next one up, anything hidden around? Doesn't seem to be. So in the cupboard we have Raulo Cthulhu's Star Child. Okay. A note. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Well, that's cryptic. Some candles, some ink, and some coinage. Okay. So that's it for the servants' quarters. So let's see. What is this room? What have we here? Platonello, Ideal Republic. Visions of a utopia with order and structure. Okay. So this is going to be Edmund's little study, I think. Dr. Abram Anderson. Oh, okay. Anderson's secret codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Such reading word, easy notice, unsafe. Okay, so okay, fine. Consider this simple example. Money, as a denominator of value, has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool. Money has changed hands. Okay. So. Let me just reread this note. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I was thinking that code might apply here, but seeing as it's 2 lines, it's kind of limited. Remember 1. That doesn't translate to anything. Okay, we'll come back to that, I'm sure. So here we have a safe. Oh, we can just open it straight up. It has a blue Square lock. So again, does that perhaps relate to the shape of a key? Peptic tonic. 2 sealed bottles of cloudy liquid labelled peptic tonic. Opium? Yeah, sealed bottle labelled opium. Okay, and a note. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. So is this a note, perhaps to Edmund from a doctor? So he has 2 bottles of peptic tonic on prescription by the looks of it. I think the opium is probably not from the doc, but I guess we'll see. Stranger things have happened. We have a safe. Ooh. Hello. Inside is the golden idol with the blue gemstone and a little baggie of gold, I guess? A bin? Oh, 4 letters in the bin. Okay. April 2nd, 1788. So, where were we? We're April 8th, I think, aren't we? So this is a few days ago. This is from Lord George Bridges. Well, well, Edmund. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away, and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Ooh. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. You seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. I don't think that relates to Sebastian, because like I said, that was 2 years prior. So someone in the House of Lords has died anyway. What's this? Final Vanguard. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. The Final Vanguard. Ooh, the Final Vanguard. How exciting that sounds. Oh, I just noticed the seals. So that was a star seal. This one looks like a dragon seal, which I think comes from the estate of Peter Batley. Yes, it is. It is from Peter Batley. Ooh, excellent. Dear Uncle, February 1st, 19... Where's the 9? Where's the 9, monkey? 1788. So this was a few months ago now. No, 2 months ago. I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It's small change to you, and I desperately need it as a present. Truly yours, Peter Batley. Of course he needs it. He's constantly pissing his money away on gambling debts. Oh, a hand. Oh, the Brotherhood of... How many cults are there in this game? The Brotherhood of Mask. Okay. Edmund Cloudsley. January 8th, 1788. Once more you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. He was about to fall foul of a steward of the Brotherhood of Masks. Or maybe he has. We don't know what's happened in this room yet. Oh, hold on. There was one more, wasn't there? No, there wasn't. No, got through. Yeah, got through them all. Okay, what's in the bureau? A couple more letters. A little note. Okay, what have we here? Mrs. Baker starting date. Ooh. 1787, August 1st. So that puts her, a position housemaid, yearly wage £9. So this would put her as being employed for, I forget, we're in April now, aren't we? So she's been employed for less than a year. So surely that would make Lucia Mrs. Baker, because she does not have the lower bedroom. Wait, no, because we still got Brian somewhere, haven't we? Yeah, it could possibly be Brian that has the lowest room. Okay. Okay. But she's only been here for less than a year, so she is certainly not the person... Well, we know she's not the person that inhabits the lowest room. Anyway, babbling. What do we got? Rose Cubert. Rose Cubert, she was the lady with the big grey wig, wasn't she? She's one of the landowners. Okay. February 10th, 1788, so again, a couple of months ago. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. This has got to be Peter. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. Okay, so they've both been pestered by Peter, by the looks of it, for handouts. This also is from Rose. This is the following month. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to colonies, where his violent nature will make him feel at home. He is the one that tried to get Willard killed in the courtyard. I hear you are having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. Okay. I feel we've gathered a quite substantial number of words here. Let's see if we can see how they all fit in. Oh, God, is that Rose? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's Rose because she had all the rings. She had 6 rings. Didn't she have 6 rings in the will reading scene? I'm sure she did. I mean, it's been like 2 years, but rings with various gemstones, £4, and that fan again. It's the same fan as she had on her. Oh, no. Oh, dear. The lady is not breathing, and her face is blotched. Oh, dear. Poor lady of the blotched face. So we've got Edmund here. This presumably is the lady with the pink petticoat. Is that Peter? It is Peter. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot! He's brandishing a fork. £2, pack of cards. Okay. So he's accusing this gentleman of executing Rose. Interesting. So who is this gentlest of mans?
Oh, my lord, this has nothing to do with me.
Right. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling. So, okay. Ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner. Oh. So he's asking him to arrange it so that the beautiful lady is sat next to him at dinner, which means he must be one of the staff. I think this could be Brian. This could be Brian McBrianson. I think he's Brian. Let's throw Brian against his face. We know that this is Peter Batley. We know that this was Rose Kubert. What nuts? What was his name? I'm sure we saw his surname. Brian Walker. I'm pretty sure it was Brian Walker, because there's a Mrs. Baker and a Mrs. Smith, I think it was. Right, let's see what he has about his person. He has 1 shilling. He has a heart-shaped key, so he has access to the liquor cupboard. He has a square-shaped key, so he has access to the safe that had the Pepsid and the opium, I think it was, and a small key. I think they must just be servant quarters keys. He has a small note.
Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey, and you'll feel better.
And a proper note. Oh, yes. Ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner. Right. I'll slip you a shilling. And he has 1 shilling about his person. Okay. I think that settles the seating arrangements. Oh, we can inspect the table. Oh, we're going to have to actually... Oh, no. We're going to have to deduce who was sat where and who ate what. And... Oh. Okay. Oh, this is getting complicated. All right, fine. It's fine. I love this. It's good. We can't interact with the pictures. So, here we have Edmund Cloudesley.
It's poison. Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away.
Where are his glasses? Where are his glasses gone? Okay, so he's got the handkerchief. He also had access to the liquor cupboard and obviously the safe. This is... Oh, what was her name now? Let's see if I can remember what her name was. Mary... Did we get a surname? I'm not sure we got a surname for either of these, actually. No, George Bridges was the guy from Parliament. Okay, anyway.
Oh, this is horrible!
An embroidered handkerchief. Okay, she has nothing more to say. And this is her father.
She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting.
£4 and a shilling. So, let's see if I can remember the names. I think... Was it maybe it was Mary Richards? The father was Lothar, for sure. I think her name was Mary, but I'm not 100% certain. Let's head back downstairs and take a look at the letter that was in her pocket. Dear Miss Richards. Oh, there we go. Richards. Miss Hey, fine. Mary. Right, she is Mary Richards. The object of Peter Batley's affection. And then, of course, this... Where have you gone? This is Edmund Cloudsley. So we could now potentially fudge the surnames for these ladies. I believe... All right, Brian... Oh, we still need to assign rooms, don't we? So this is the loft, that weird little loft bit. These are... Oh, we know that... We know... Hold on. Wait, we haven't got David Goran's name in the repertoire here, have we? Wasn't he Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service? Right. We know that Lucy has been here less than a year. Mrs. Smith has been there for 3 years. So this has got to be... Oh, there we go. We can work it out. So she is Lucia Baker. This is Lucia Baker. And this is Ada Smith. Bada bing. Oh, no, I got it wrong. Oh, nuts. Okay. I'm sure I've made... I think it is probably these two. It is. How did I... So she's... Wait. I'm confused. She has the smutty book? There's more to uncover here. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. I think I need to go back over these the cupboards in these rooms again to get my head straight. But one thing we don't have is... Oh, never mind. We do have David Goran. I was just thinking I need to put David Goran's name in here somewhere. I'm pretty sure that it's there. Yeah, that's David Goran's room. If you'd like to leave a like or you care to leave a comment, then put those in the usual spots down below. And it would be great to see you over on the Discord as well. There's a link in the description. It would be great to see you there for a little chat. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.